This video is all about wash day. So if you've ever asked yourself, what should I be doing on wash day? What product should I use? What's the difference between what I do on wash day and what I do throughout the week? We're going to answer all those questions in this video. We're going to cover the steps for wash day. We're going to talk about what products you need to be using and how to optimize it for length retention so the hair grows and it actually looks good. So let's cover that today. So there's really 4 main steps to wash day. And I like to use the mnemonic or acronym CDMS. You can remember this as coils deserve moisture, stupid. This could kind of sum up your entire routine, but 4 steps, okay? First step, clarifying. We're going to go through this one step at a time. Clarifying, you need to clean your hair. As far as products go, you're just going to need a shampoo. People are going to ask, what's the best shampoo for hair growth? The best shampoo is a shampoo that's going to clean your hair without overly stripping it of moisture. So there's going to be certain ingredients that you're going to want to avoid. We'll cover it just very briefly in terms of like the ingredients you want to avoid: mineral oils, sulfates, parabens, dimethicone, and certain types of alcohols. If you want to really remember that, I have another thing. It's called many shampoos are pretty deceiving. So just many shampoos are pretty deceiving if you want to remember what ingredients you should avoid, but we're not going to cover too much on that today. Clarifying, you need to make sure that your hair is clean. So this is important because if you're going to aim to moisturize your hair, if you have buildup or any other product, buildup, gel, dirt on your scalp, that is going to prevent your other products from working effectively. So specifically on the scalp side, if your scalp is not clean and you just continuously have dirt, dried products, other debris, that can clog your hair follicle. Clog hair follicle, which can inflame it, make it more difficult for your hair to actually grow. When it comes to the hair side, it's going to prevent your products from working effectively because it's essentially all of that dry product is going to act as a little barrier that's going to prevent the products from working. So you need to clean your hair. That's really all you have to do there. The main thing, you can just focus on a shampoo. We have that there already. Okay, so that's clarifying. Bada bing, bada boom. First step, done. Amazing. Let's hop on to the next one. Next one is detangling. Now, even though I have them in this order, that's usually how most people will do it, but you can switch it around. These are just a helpful way of remembering. So detangling. Every wash day, in order for your wash day to be successful, this right here is the most important step. Your hair needs to be detangled, not halfway picked on this side, halfway picked on that side. You need to detangle it thoroughly because that's going to set up the rest of the steps, okay? This is also the make or break point when it comes to retaining length. So we talked about how we're going to optimize length retention. Little side note, a lot of you want growth, like you want your hair to get longer, but it's less about actual growth and more about retention, making sure that you're not breaking off the ends of your hair. So when it comes to detangling, first thing, you're going to be using a product that has slip. If Thanos was to snap his fingers right now and cause you to forget everything else about this video, this is the most important part. Slip. Slip and water. You need a product that's going to help your comb to glide through your hair. This is how you're going to reduce breakage. So let's start with the product first. For example, my favorite, you can use a lot of them, but my favorite is flaxseed gel at the moment. Flaxseed gel, super easy to make. You could also use a conditioner. So this could be a deep conditioner or a regular conditioner, or it could even be a leave-in conditioner, but I wouldn't waste your leave-in conditioner because that's an important product to have as well. Let's just limit it to those 2, right? You need a product with slip, and then you need a lot of water. So your hair needs to be wet. So you people who detangle your hair dry, I want you to stop that yesterday. That needs to go. Throw that out the window. Also, you people who just use like a metal pick. Use a metal pick or you use these small combs. I need you to take those and throw them away. Because if you want to detangle your hair with the least amount of breakage possible, it's going to come down to the actual product you use. So product that has slip, and then you also want to use water. And then it's also going to come down to your tools and your technique. Tools, I would advise using something like let's use a wide tooth. You can use a wide tooth comb. People have different preferences, but that's my favorite. Basically, you don't want to start with just something that has very little space between the teeth. You can also use your fingers as well. Finger detangling is a great way. But every time that you detangle your hair, you want to be going from wide down to narrow. So wide to narrow. So you might start with your fingers first, then you might use a wide tooth comb, then you might end with a detangler brush. That's an example. Or you might just start with the wide tooth comb first, and then you might go to a plastic pick, but you're using really good technique with the pick, so you're not breaking off your hair as easily. Or you could just use finger detangling to the best of your ability. That's fine. But detangling super important because you cannot style, like you can't style your hair well if you don't do this. If you don't detangle your hair properly, you can't style it well. You can't do a curly hair routine because if you apply a curling product to your hair, it's just going to make it into a big giant blob. You can't, for example, if you were to get braids, if your hair is not detangled, it's going to be a big problem with trying to separate your hair and section your braids, and your braids are going to just come out looking chunky. So detangling, super important. I know we were going to talk about technique as well. I have a whole video that shows you how to detangle your hair if you're interested, but just making sure you want to start from the ends of your hair and then work your way up to the roots, okay? I'm not sure how much space I have here, but I think we have enough. Let's go to the third step. Third portion of it is moisture or moisturize. At the end of every wash day, you need to moisturize your hair. Because if you clarified your hair and you detangled your hair, even if you put in a deep conditioner whilst you were detangling your hair, now your hair is just dry for the entire week. When your hair is dry, it's gonna break off. It's more prone to breakage. So you need to make sure that you moisturize. This is when you'll do something like the LCO method, by the way. LCO method, LCO, LOC, whichever one, floats your boat. As far as products go, this is when you'll use something like a leave-in. You might use a leave-in conditioner. You might use a curl cream during this. This is like an example of a routine that I would use. You might end it off with like a jojoba oil or like an oil blend, right? You might also use like your deep conditioner in this phase. Like for example, you don't have to detangle with a deep conditioner. You could use flaxseed gel. And then when it comes to moisturizing, you put a deep conditioner in your hair, leave it in there for 20 to 30 minutes. Then you wash it out. But the LCO method, those products stay in. So deep conditioner, you'll rinse out. Regular rinse out conditioner, you'll rinse out. Moisturizing with the LOC method or LCO method, you're using like a leave-in curling cream. All of that stays in your hair. Moisturizing is super important because it's a setup for the next step, which is going to be, we'll put it, I'm going to erase this and hope, when you were in like school and your teacher erased the board before you were ready. Don't worry, you can always rewind the video. Just go from there. Last step, number 4, is styling. Now, this is technically optional. You don't have to do this. I recommend that you do it when it comes to just making your life easier because throughout the week, if you're just doing it with an afro, for example, if you were just to have your afro out, you didn't style it, you didn't do anything to it, then you might have to do a little bit more maintenance. Like it's going to be harder for your hair to get that ideal shape that you want because you go to sleep, you flatten it. You might want to do something like a curly hair routine. If you have curls, it's held in that shape, so it's kind of easier to refresh it in the morning. This does not have to, but it is optional. But the thing that I would want to stress is that styling should always come last. Styling always comes after you moisturize your hair. You need to moisturize the base. It doesn't make sense if you're to just add like a styling gel to your hair and your hair is dry, especially if you want your hair to last the entire week. You definitely need to detangle first before styling. So styling will always be the last thing, okay? These are the 4 components. 4 components of wash day. Once you do these things, you could also focus on like your scalp health as well. But as far as like clarifying, you've cleaned your scalp, that's cool. And then you might want to use something like a scalp serum or an oil. Serum or an oil when it comes to wash day, okay? As far as this, if you complete all of these things, your wash day is good, but let me show you an actual example before you go. So you could see how there's different types of routines that you can do, but then all of these are going to be put in place. So I'm just going to erase this for a second. And if you guys are interested, there's a free hair routine template down below in the description. It's basically a setting off point. So if you've never taken care of your hair before, it's going to give you a quick guide and get you started. It's not where you should end up though. But let's go with an example routine, right? So I'll give you my routine. I don't actually clarify my hair first. I do a pre-poo. So let's just do like, we'll call this routine A. I pre-poo my hair first. Pre-poo is basically when you just add a product to your hair before you use shampoo so that your hair isn't super dry because I have high porosity hair. That's not a must. You don't have to pre-poo for every time. But I just use the flaxseed gel. So I pre-poo with the flaxseed gel. And I detangle my hair first. So my first step is actually the detangling process. We're gonna come back to that. I detangle my hair. Bada bing, bada boom. Detangle. After that, I detangle my hair in sections. So my hair will be in like 4 sections at this point. It'll be separated, detangled, bada bing, bada boom. Perfect. Okay? Detangling step done. Okay? Second step I'll do, that is when I will actually shampoo. So I will take out each section one by one. So I'm doing each section one by one. I take out one, I shampoo it. After I shampoo it, I've just that one section, 1 out of 4. Then I will go and put my deep conditioner in there. I put my deep conditioner in that section, and then I twist it back up, and I put it back up again. So I twist it. So that's like 1 out of 4 done. I do this 4 times for each section around my head. I take out the section, I shampoo it, it's clean. Then I put my deep conditioner in it. Then I twist it back up. Then I go into the next section. So that's 1 out of 4. Then I do 2 out of 4. Then I do a 3 out of 4. You're understanding? Each one I do step by step. So now the deep conditioner is all in my hair, and I've shampooed each section individually. So we've got detangling is done, clarifying is done, and let's say like half of moisturizing. So now my hair is in all of these sections. I get out of the shower. I rinse out my deep conditioner after 20 to 30 minutes. I rinse it out. After that, I go section by section, and I do my LCO method. Section by section. So leave-in conditioner, curl cream of some sort, or even a heavy leave-in conditioner. Then I follow it up with an oil. Now my hair is moisturized. Bada bing, bada boom. Third step, done. Okay? Final step, styling. This is when I will go and actually style my hair. So I will do like a curly hair routine. I have tutorials on that. So I could do my curly hair routine. I could do braids. I could do like flat twists or something like that. That's routine A. Okay? So that's an example of how a routine could look like. But this developed for my specific needs, okay? So just because I showed you that CDMS thing, that's kind of like the template there, it can show up in different ways. When my hair was a lot shorter, for example, if I just had, let's say I'm under like 3 inches of hair growth, I would just probably shampoo your hair first, man. And I won't use sections, I'll just shampoo everything. And then after that, I will go in with my deep conditioner. Deep conditioner, this is B, by the way. Go in with my deep conditioner, and then I will detangle my hair, and then I will leave it in my hair for 30 minutes. After it's 30 minutes, I'll rinse it out. Rinse. And then I'm not even using sections because my hair is short at this point. Rinse it out. Then I do my LCO method. And then at the end, I do my styling. But I really wanted this video to kind of clarify stuff because I know there's going to be people who are watching different things. Of what should I do to my hair on wash day? What should I do throughout the week? Oh, I did mention I was going to talk about that. As far as the week routine goes, this is my my justification. This is my plan. This is my mindset, my mantra when it comes to the week. Everything you do throughout the week is to get you to survive until next wash. So I wash my hair every 5 to 7 days. Everything I'm doing throughout the week, if you want me to make a video on that, explaining everything you should do throughout the week, I'm completely fine doing that. Everything but you're doing is supposed to get you to survive to your next wash day. So you're not rinsing out your hair. You're not styling your hair over again. You're not detangling every single day. All of that stuff has to be done on this day. It don't make sense to do it throughout the week. If you're going to do any of these steps on any other day of the week, you might as well go through all of them. If you're going to shampoo your hair, if you shampooed your hair on Sunday, let's say you did your wash day on Sunday, and then on Wednesday you shampoo your hair again, you got to do all of this, bro, because you have to moisturize your hair now. And for you to moisturize your hair effectively, your hair probably has to be detangled. Or if you go and style your hair, then it's gonna create issues. Your hair probably needs to be detangled before you style your hair. And if you're gonna detangle your hair, then you have to moisturize it. It's just a bunch of work, okay? So you need to make sure that everything you're doing throughout the week is just to survive until the next wash day. Use the right products. You're using your shampoo, your flaxseed gel. Know what products you want to use. Know what you're using each product for. So you can use a deep conditioner to not only moisturize, but also to detangle your hair. And if you need help with that, there's a link down below in the description where I will build you a custom hair routine that fits your hair's needs. So if you don't want to spend a bunch of money on products, we can do DIY ones. I'll build it within your budget. I build it for your hair's needs, and I build it for your lifestyle. So if you, like, for example, you work out 5 days a week, we can sort that out. So if that's interesting to you and you want that personalized help, go and check the link in the description right now. I'll see you guys in the next video.